Hello everybody. And I get to be home a day earlier than usual. Happy Thanksgiving everyone in the US and anyone who celebrates it. So I get to, oh, there's one. What I'm doing, I just got home from work and I'm going through and checking all the tanks, and the last video I made was the last thing I did in the fish room was take out all these shrimp, and some got left behind. You know what? While I'm standing here doing this, I've already found about 5 or 6, so I completely took all these shrimp out. And completely took all these shrimp out and selected only the best of the best to put back in. Well, obviously a good fair bit got left behind. So I'm just making observations. I've had people tell me they like these kind of videos. It's just going to be a quick look at my shrimp tanks and stuff I've been working on lately. Seeing how much better we're getting things and if we're making progress or not. I'm really happy. I think I said took 5 or 6 of these guys out already. But other than that, there's one I tried to get and he got away just a minute ago. And I figured, how to make one of them videos. So these guys are doing good. You gotta remember, this is bare bottom, and that brings out the worst colors in the shrimp possible, in my opinion. So I'm trying to get these guys to be top notch, best blue shrimp you've ever seen. That's my goal. And then these guys, I almost killed these guys off, but they are a huge success story. I was probably down to less than 10 shrimp in here. And these are my snowballs because I tried to make it into a guppy tank. Look at all those baby shrimp. Because to be honest, I didn't really care that much about the snowball shrimp at the time. So then I had my koi guppies in here, and they're getting all out of whack. So I had to bomb this tank over and over and over again with guppy meds. It almost looks like they're forming squares, which is pretty weird. I don't know. That's just how I'm looking at it. Well, there are tons of snowball shrimp in here. And these guys are probably down to less than 10 shrimp just this summer. And I gave up on trying to have that line of guppies in here. And they're coming back with a vengeance. And then here is the blue jelly number 2 tank I've been working on calling. And there's still some in here that need to be got out. But we're definitely making big amounts of progress. Mind you, I haven't baited them out or anything. This is just me coming home from being gone out of town for work and looking at the tanks and sharing what I'm thinking with you. So this is the 75 gallon. Red shrimp tank. So I'm going to try to keep this colony going as it is, where I just pick out the bad ones. So my existing bigger colonies now, I'm going to keep going that route. But with all my new 20s, I'm going the route of pulling out all the shrimp and only keeping the best. That's the route I'm going with my 20s, and eventually those 20s will be my best lines. That's the plan here. Also plan on culling this tank real hard, real super hard. I usually try to do that once or twice a year with these guys. I think the last time I did it real hard, I mean like catching out like 250 shrimp type of culling, it was about this time last year, I do believe. So these guys are due for a big time cull. And speaking of red shrimp, my 20 red shrimp, my 20-gallon red shrimp tank is doing stupendous. This was the first of these 20s in here that I turned into shrimp tanks. And look at all the little new babies in the moss. They're everywhere. This tank's been going for about, I did put a lot in here. I probably put about 40 shrimp in here to start off. And I'm going to do this 20. My phone just acted up, so stop the video. So this colony is doing super good. And like I said, it's about 2 months old, and there's too many babies in here to even count. This tank just exploded on me. I'm just now discovering it. I knew there's several in here. I knew there was lots, but getting zoomed in with this view with the camera. There's that bad one again. There were a few, I thought I got all the shrimp out of here, but most of the ones left were red. This was already had red shrimp tank in it. This was already a red shrimp tank, but they hadn't been culled or dealt with for anything for over 2 years. So there's still a lot of good shrimp in here. That's a really cool one. That one's super cool. That's different looking. It's not your typical fire red. Almost looks like a Bloody Mary kinda, but not. So I don't think I particularly picked the very best ones. This was just like a random scoop of my reds. There's some nice males compared to. Do we have red legs on him? Pretty much. Not perfect red legs. That's pretty good for a male. And this is getting crazy with all these fry growing up from outside in the summer. All these guppy fry. It's like, oh my god, there's a bunch of fish in here when I walk in here. Let's see. Oh, and the Bloody Marys are getting ready to take off. I seen a little young female that was buried. She's just young. She has carrying around like 6 or 7 eggs. These guys are getting ready to take off. A lot of these females are buried. I think there were more of them buried, so I'm sure there's hours or days old shrimp. Just a few days old. Somewhere in the moss. If I can find them. Let's see. Trying not to drop my phone in the tank below it. There's a real little one, or no, that's a rock or something. They're probably too little to see yet unless you get lucky. Then down below, we got the blue jelly tank. I gotta crawl my hands and knees to look at that one. And there's nothing going on here yet. They all hide down in there in the moss usually. Sometimes you'll see a couple out and about. A lot of times they're just hiding. Oh, my old back. And then we'll come over here. This is pretty exciting here. This little pleco in here is not doing real good at keeping the glass clean. We've got some really nice, super buried green jade females in here. Okay, let's try talking about this tank for the third time now, and apparently my little USB microphone hooked up to my phone has gone out. So I'm back to my Bluetooth headset. Alright, that's what we're talking about there. This is the third time I've tried to reshoot this video, and we've got the Japan blue guppies. Let's see if we can find some good green jades. Oh yeah, look at these guys. That male ain't that good. I don't know how that one ended up in here. Have to get him out. Look at those guys. Other than the horrible male that needs to come out. Look at that. Holy smokes. Man. These guys are looking really good other than that one. I don't know how that one ended up in here. It might have been a random one that got left behind. There were some shrimp in here. So, there you have it. These tanks, the blue jellies and these green jades, these tanks are still only like a month old. So not much is happening yet. But my hope and plan is these 3 bottom tanks that are retired guppy tanks. They still have a few guppies in them now. Yeah, they still have a handful of guppies left in them, but they're not breeding. And I'm sure there's a lot of shrimp in here in these tanks. And then like some pretty cool ones too. And this tank is the remains of my black rose. I'm not real sure what I'm gonna do with this tank. Probably, I think it's gonna be, let's see, this tank will probably be an orange shrimp tank. This tank will probably be I think snowball, because I only have one snowball tank. And then this tank will be, what I say, orange, snowball, and I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. And another plan when I get these guppies out of here. This is going to put just a bunch of random blue shrimp in here. Not culls, not good ones, just a bunch of random ones in here. I'm going to put like 100 random blue shrimp in here once I get rid of these guppies. And I'm just going to let them go wild. Just let them go crazy. And just sell blues. Just let the blues go crazy. Let them do what they do down here on the floor. Just have a tank of blue velvets, I guess you call them. Blue shrimp. So that's that. That's all the shrimp stuff there is to talk about. Look at these guys. This is the 40 gallon. This is the main Blue Dreams line right here. There's some calling that needs to be done, I'm sure. I called the crap out of these guys for a couple years, non-stop, hitting them hard. And when you do that, you end up having to do it less and less. So that's what I'm going for now. Lots of Bloody Mary babies. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.